Hey, so I'm back and it has been quite a journey. The if you watched my last video, it was like 34 minutes or something, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I just was like, cool, I'll upload it. That was on Sunday. It is now Wednesday evening and my video finally loaded. It was my second video, but yeah, I'll just call that one my second video, but it's like my first one that I'm like actually serious about. But that was video number 2. So this is video number 3. Oh, how cute. There's like little dogs running around. Anyways, I made the video. It was super long because I was just like saying a bunch of stuff, kind of talking about my story, and I got really discouraged, even though my card pull on that video was to let it shine. And not to I don't even remember what the card said, but it was just like basically let it shine, meaning don't give up, basically. Like, that's my thing. I get stuck. I get like, yeah, things feel good, and as soon as it feels uncomfortable or my thoughts start racing and I'm like, well, other people seem to be doing fine and they're not doing all this work. I mean, because it's a practice, I guess. And so then I just start doing the whole comparing myself to others, feeling like, well, I don't know very much, so everyone else is better than me at this, and I have so much to learn, and who am I to be making this video and sharing these things, but also who am I not to? Because the gifts that have been given to me, like both from people and like my interactions, and the gifts I actually have for like my intuitive nature, they're not mine to keep, they're mine to share. Like that's the whole point of all of this. And so I'm trying to embrace it, and when that nagging feeling or that doubt creeps in, I'm just holding on to just being okay with being uncomfortable. So here's an update. I'm gonna try to keep this one shorter because hopefully it loads faster. That whole game of patience was really important because I feel like I needed to wait for all these events that have happened so that I can now share. Oh my gosh, this dog is so stinking happy and it's so cute. I am at a nature preserve on the cliffs at the beach, and the sun's just set. People are out everywhere. Their dogs are walking. It's really cool. There's a sailboat on the water. You can see it on the horizon. That's pretty neat. Okay, so my sister, she introduced me to this idea of a commonplace book where you just like write down quotes, interact, or whatever you want to write down, like whatever has happened to you or things that you have questions about. It's not a journal per se, but you can like divide it into sections. And so instead of scrolling or spending time overthinking everything, I can turn to my book and just jot down some things. It keeps me pretty grounded. So let's go with some of my first notes that I have in here. I've been wanting to feel inspired for a while now. Last year I went through a really dark night of the soul where everything felt pointless. I feel like I reached the end of like, okay, I set out to do what I needed to do and now this is it. Like, I've reached every goal I've made for myself. I've done everything I said I wanted to do, minus like traveling the world. And I'm in the career that I dreamed of. I'm at the school that I love. I'm in a wonderful, loving, supportive marriage. I have 2 beautiful kids. My family is on point. Why do I feel this just coming from like a place of lack? So I felt like nothing inspired me anymore. I've been wanting to be inspired. So anyways, Monday was my first day back to work after a 2-week break. Oh my gosh, I'm already 5 minutes in. Oh, okay. I'm gonna speed this up. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I need to speed it up, but I still need to say what I need to say. So I'm just gonna do what I need to do. All right. When I walked in to work, I had the most amazing morning. I was able to get ready slowly, without pressure, for whatever reason. It just felt great. I was able to do some stretching and breathing work and ground myself before heading off for my day. I walked into the auditorium, and the first thing my coworker, my co-teacher said, she was like, "Oh gosh, your energy. I love your energy. Can I have some of that?" I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Before that, walked in and was like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," which that's always nice to hear. And then I went to a training, and the woman doing the training, she just shared a little bit about herself, and she's like on this quest to do every single national park by the time her kids turn 18. So she's a national park enthusiast. I'm like, that is amazing. And apparently there's 63 national parks. I didn't know that. And she is on park number 53. So that was awesome. I felt really inspired by that. Just such a cool idea. Okay. Then the next day, so this was Tuesday. So yesterday, oh my goodness. You know how oh, no, I'm going to tell about this one. Sunday, right after I recorded the video, and I gave all my gratitude, and I talked about how that ring was powerful and how it like brought me so many signs. I got home, it literally exploded. The constellation piece flew off. I don't know where it went. I can't find it. And the ring part, it just broke apart. Super weird. Never had that happen. But I told my sister about it, and she's like, yeah, it served its purpose. It gave you what you needed, and now it's gone. And now I have Stella with me. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So that was really cool. And then, so I go to work on Tuesday, yesterday, and I find out that two of my students, because they're super close family friends, they had a tragedy happen over the break. It was super sad. My one student was on vacation, so my other student's family was watching their dog, and it got out and it got hit by a car, and my student saw it, and so he is just devastated. It's the saddest look I think I've ever seen a kid have. Like, he just looks, he's so wrapped in his grief. And I asked if I could give him a hug, and he just sobbed with me. I teared up, obviously, like I'm super sensitive to that kind of thing. I just hugged him tight. And I was like, oh my gosh, those grief cards. Hey, I have those in my car. I have something for you. I think it might help you. And I go to the car, and I think I forgot to talk about the little stone that my sister gave me, the little pottery stone. It's a heart. Anyways, my sister gave me a bunch of stuff. That's awesome. And this little heart stone, it came with a quote. Do I have it in here? Yes. Okay, so it's one of these. I like that. Okay, and it's a piece of pottery, and it's called a heartstone from Jeremy Diller. But the quote that came with it, I was like, okay. I don't have the grief cards for whatever reason. I forgot that I had left them with my thing that I set up for Stella in the house. But I never used them. I didn't open them. But this stone quote says, we can only be said to be alive in those moments when our hearts are conscious of our treasures. That's a quote from Thornton Wilder. I just thought that was like really special. So I happened to be having parent-teacher conferences with both students that were affected by that loss, and I spent some time after school just sharing my story of grief, and the quote that the woman gave me about how grief is the expression of that deepest love. It's not a low vibration. It's something that we only feel that deep love during that grief time, like that deep sadness, and it's an expression of love. Like I don't really know how to explain it. I don't do that great at it, but I tried my best, and they were really receptive, and they were super thankful for this stone, and they just needed someone to cry to. It was crazy. Like whole, like the mom and the two little kids, they were both like they're all three just like, it was really sad. So then later I had my conference with the other student it was her dog that she lost, and I would have never known because she holds herself together. She's like a very special person, and she's so strong, and she's so positive, and she's just the best. And I just started my conference by letting her know that it's okay. Like, you don't have to be strong for everybody all the time. Like, right now you're doing great, like in 4th grade, like you're doing really great with 4th grade. You're feeling confident. You're always top tier. I'm like, but at some point, if you are feeling your feelings and you're doubting or feeling any certain way about yourself, like, it's okay. Like, you don't have to hold that for everybody. And she just let it go, like just sobbed. Like, she had been really holding on to it, and I just like gave her permission to feel her feelings. Like, it's okay to feel your feelings. There's no rules that say we have to be strong all the time. My students have seen me cry, and I always wonder if that's a terrible thing for them to see, and not like about things that they do, but just I've cried. It just is what it is. I've cried with them, like for them, during their sadness. Like, their feelings are powerful, and 4th grade is usually the time where kids start to recognize that, oh gosh, we lose the pets we love, we lose family members. Like, things start happening around 9 and 10 years old. It's a really brutal time for them, like with this experience, like with this walking this life, and learning how to carry on it's a lifelong lesson for a lot of people. I would say everybody, but there's support out there, and I try very hard to be that support for my students if they need it. So I was able to share my quotes. My partner teacher, she was in tears when I was speaking on it, and after the conference, she was like, oh my God, I needed to hear that because I've been grieving. Like, my grandma who passed like 5 years ago, she's like, that quote was just amazing. And I'm like, oh, cool, thanks. I'm like, I just felt like I needed to share it. So like, that just feels good to like give. And I really like to draw. So I drew a sketch of was it a mini poodle? It was a mini poodle. So I just like drew the little face, like a general sketch, and I wrote a card, and I put the little grief cards in the envelope for the family, and I gave it to my student today, and she was really grateful for it. So that was fun to give that out. But the super cool thing that I want to share, oh my gosh, is that I've been so mentally, like, just brain tired. Like, after work yesterday when I was leaving, I'm like, oh my gosh, please help me stop just feeling depleted. Like, my brain can't after work. And it wasn't even that hard of a work day. Like, yeah, it was emotional, but like I didn't hold on to it. I'm just like so concerned about like how dang tired I've been, you know, like, oh, what the hell? How am I going to keep going like this? I don't want to be this tired. So went to my sister's house. We hung out. She takes my daughter on Tuesdays. They hang out and like do, they call it Torta Tuesday. And I went to go pick up my son, and his daycare is like half a block from the beach. I'm like, you know what? I never do the thing I love the most, and that's just go to the beach. And so, and he's always like, the beach, when we go outside, and he hates the sand. Like, I don't know why I was thinking that he would walk with me on the beach. He's just like, like the feeling of sand, it takes him forever to get used to it. He's a super big baby. He's 2, and just takes him a while, and then once he gets used to it, it's awesome, and like he never wants to leave. But anyways, we just went to the beach. It was beautiful. We spent time together. We sat on the sand. We looked at the birds. That in itself was awesome. But on the way to go to pick him up, I was thinking about, God, that was so cool. I think I need to get an energy clearing, or like I need to get my chakras aligned or something. Like, something's going on with me. And so as we're leaving, the baby points out this couple with a handpan. Of course they have a handpan, like, duh. And I had seen them earlier. I was like, oh, that's super cool. But he points them out. He wants to go over there. So I was kind of hesitant because I said, I don't necessarily want to interrupt their vibe. But they were so welcoming, and they played some for the baby, and we just got to talking. And she expressed her gratitude to us for sharing space, because she had asked for, she saw a vision of supporting children with mindfulness and meditation and having a class. And then she shared that she runs a wellness business, and they just travel around, and the people who are supposed to be there are there. And like, it was crazy. And we were just talking about like how we speak the same language, we're on the same vibe. And like, I'm new to this, and she could tell I have a lot of I'm not like new. I'm like 2 years in, I guess. But she just was an amazing presence. And she mentioned that she does energy clearing, and she asked if she could place her hands on me. And then she did. And of course I said yes. Dude, what? It like felt like I had my eyes closed, and as soon as she put her hands over it, just went like this, whatever it was, like came out of my head. It was really uncomfortable. It was a shocking feeling. It was crazy. And I had that done a couple years ago, but not on my head. The guy like had like a copper rock thing with wires around it. I don't know. I was at a psychic convention, and he did it to the side of my body, and I could feel it pull out on the side. But when she did it, the reason why she did it on my head is because she said she could feel my racing thoughts, and I can't calm my mind down. I have a really hard time with just, like, I'm obsessive. Like, oh my God, was that a sign? Oh my God, like I'm in that like kind of manic-y phase. And it's really annoying. Like, I can't keep this up. I cannot keep overanalyzing every single thing. I need to get to the point where I'm just like going with the flow. So that happened, and it was freaking awesome. And today I feel light. I feel less mind racy. My head didn't feel tired after work. I was able to be present. My mood was elevated. Like, I was able to sustain it. The kids, like, we were vibing so hard in class today. Like, it was an awesome day of learning. It was so much fun. Like, it was powerful. It was really profound. It was freaking really cool. And I did want to share, shoot, it's getting dark, but I wanted to share that my sister, when I was feeling discouraged, and I didn't know this is like her first tarot pool since 2020, but apparently I've like inspired my siblings to either start their modality journey or to return to tarot, which is sick. And it's not really tarot that I do, I don't think. It's oracles. Like, I don't know, but I love it. She pulled a card for me yesterday morning that said Polar Bear Mystic. Super cool. Know that challenges make you stronger, which is like, why the hell wasn't my YouTube video loading? Have faith when facing adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace psychic abilities, and you carry the shaman within. So that's freaking cool, man. I love it. And I'm learning that I have to be a student again. Like, I know nothing, basically. And so I just want to learn. I want to learn. I want to know. I want to know about this stuff. I think it's super fun. I'm in this body. I'm in this realm. But I just want to experience the magic again. And just be excited. And live in that high space. And you know what? So many people on the streets have just been waving at me, smiling, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Well, I start it first, usually, like, just by, like, smiling at them, like, having my vibe. Like, yesterday I got out of the car, and this guy was, like, riding his bike by. He looked like he was pretty hard, you know, like, just thugged out, gangsta lean, you know, whatever, tattoos, bandana on his face, and he just like waved at me. I'm like, oh, sick, that's awesome. Like, today, just right now when I was driving over here, I was like driving up the hills, going through the neighborhoods, and this guy just smiled and waved. Like, what? That's so cool. Yeah, so that's my update. I'm not gonna do a pool, but just keep it rolling. Okay, bye.